Welcome back to the Hot Rod Hunter from Down Under. Show and Shine has been held continuously since 1947 in the historic Melbourne Exhibition Buildings.
This is an amazing space. This is one of the most amazing buildings in Victoria. We're very lucky to still be able to use this for the Hot Rod show. There's not as many shows on here that there were in the early days, but this has been here for all those years. Kevin Mayer started this and Victorian Hot Rod Show, and it's still here. Great to see extraordinary cars in such a beautiful place. Street rodding here has probably not had the large commercialism that street rodding quickly got in America, just because you've got a volume of people there that can support it. So in Australia we've had to be pretty much doing all those little things. If we had a radiator shell, well, we'd have to actually fix it. We couldn't just go and get a reproduction one from a shelf somewhere. It was difficult for us to export out of America.
Because of Australia's location, we're very remote. While we understand the trends that follow the rest of the world with hot rodding, it's become a bit of a necessity to try and build that componentry ourselves. That includes machining, fabricating, welding, casting, producing, designing the components that we need.
Yeah, I built it all myself, done everything, built all the parts, just started with the chassis, got the body, done all the work, fitted the body, motor, diff, everything, made all the parts myself.
Well, the hot rodding in itself is a massive industry within this country. It obviously includes things from purchase, importing, paint and panel, upholstery, mechanical, and the manufacturer and supply of componentry as well.
I build vehicles like this. I'm one of Australia's major suppliers of fiberglass bodies and reproduction chassis.
We make high performance radiators in Australia and send them all over the world.
I build something like 50 to 55 bodies a year, 35 rolling chassis, and up to half a dozen turnkey cars being finished.
It has generated a very, very extensive aftermarket industry within the country.
It's a thriving industry now, not just a hobby sport, it's a thriving thing. So,
you know, the industry's become very professional, and you know, for the better. Our American rodders we love, and they love us. We've got a great relationship with them. We're a lot smaller, but then probably per head of population we're just as keen.
Custom car culture originally got its start back in the 1930s in America during Prohibition, when gangsters and bootleggers started modifying their cars to outrun the police. These were the days before police radios, so speed was king. In the 50s, the young rod enthusiasts could only afford cars from the 20s and 30s. They would replace the original motors with modern flathead Ford V8s to get more speed out of them. Hence the beginning of the drag racing scene in Australia. Because Australia was originally a British colony, we're still driving the left-hand side of the road. Our cars, like British cars, have right-hand side steering. American cars that were imported were sent over in parts and assembled here by our own auto manufacturer, Holden, which is a division of General Motors. For these reasons and others, US imports typically ran as much as 3 times the cost of a standard Aussie manufactured Holden. So it was pretty rare that someone would shell out so much money to get a real classic like a Bel Air or a convertible, then pay to have it shipped over and then converted to right-hand drive. Show and Shine is an excellent example of how important the scene is here. According to the latest stats, attendance has grown to over 300 entrants and more than 25,000 visitors this year. Nothing like American car shows, but considering our relative populations, it is actually about on par.
When we return, the judge's decision, who will win the best in show.